I am Michael Daly, TWSN's MMA analyst. Let's start out by talking about the main event on this recap show, which was Jan Blachowicz and Israel Adesanya. I'm going to start off by saying I vehemently disagreed with the way the judges scored this bout. It's one thing if you thought Jan won the fight, which I do believe he did. He put on the pace towards the end, but to score it 49-46 and then two scores of 49-45, come on. At that point, you're making it seem like Israel only won a single round, which was not the case. In my eyes, and I'm sure in many people's eyes, he won at least two. And it was 2-2 heading into the fifth round. The fight would have been decided in the fifth round. And that's exactly what happened. Jan used his size and his ground skills to get it done. Jan is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, and it showed. He prevailed in the fifth round. So if you want to give him the decision, again, which he deserved, give it to him. No problem there. But to say that it was a blowout in the way it did, I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to a UD decision over Israel Adesanya, I don't agree with it. I honestly thought it should have been a split decision victory for Jan Blachowicz. He deserved to win, not taking anything away. But based on the scorecard, that was a blowout. And that was not the case. If you watch the fight, that was not the case. Israel was in the bout up until the very end. It just so happened that Jan's supreme wrestling and ground abilities won him the fight. It prevailed. But again, the judging, it mars the victory for Jan. Now the question remains, what will happen for both of these guys? Jan Blachowicz, obviously, he just retained his belt. He defended it. What is he going to do next? There are a few options on the table for him. I would say the most obvious one is John Jones possibly coming down to 205 once again, where he ruled over the division for almost 10 years. But of course, that will have to be after John Jones fights at heavyweight. Could he fight Alexander Rakic, who fought tonight? Rakic beat Thiago Santos. That could be a possibility. What about a rematch with Israel Adesanya? That could be a possibility, but I don't know. Adesanya may try to go back down to middleweight, where I think he's stronger and he can hold on to the weight. It's a natural weight for him. But again, Jan Blachowicz, give him his credit. He won the bout, but it was an absolute war, and it came down to the fifth round. If you saw it any other way, then clearly you're wrong. There's no other way to look at it. It was a neck-and-neck, even fight heading into the fifth round. But Jan Blachowicz, he won. Congratulations. Now let's switch gears to the co-main event. Amanda Lioness Nunes pulled off a submission victory over Megan Anderson in the first round. A lot of people were not expecting Amanda Nunes to do this to Megan Anderson because obviously Amanda Nunes, she is one of the greatest strikers in UFC history. Obviously, she's the greatest women's mixed martial artist of all time. But the fact that she was able to get it to the ground and then pull off the armbar the way she did, it's impressive. And she only cements her legacy as the greatest women's mixed martial artist of all time. Congratulations to her. This begs the question, however, what does the future hold for Amanda Nunes? I'm going to be honest. I don't know how much longer Nunes will be fighting in MMA. And the reason why is, what more does she have to prove? She already cleaned out the bantamweight division. Then in 2018, she moved up to featherweight. She defeated Chris Cyborg, and then she's just been on an absolute rampage tear ever since. What more does she have to prove? I do think she's still going to fight. One fight I would like to see her in is a trilogy fight against Valentina Shevchenko. You may say, Michael, why do you want to see that? She won the first two times against Valentina. Yes, that's true. You're right. But you know what? What else is there for her? Let her fight that one against a champion in Shevchenko. And it's kind of similar to Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski in the fact that, yes, Valentina lost the first 2 times, but it would still make for a great trilogy fight. And Valentina would be deserving of it. Give her that chance. So Amanda Nunes looked impressive tonight. I think she fooled a lot of people, and it just goes to show how versatile she is. She's not just a striker. American Top Team has done her very well throughout her career. Also, at the end of the fight, it was heartwarming to see Nina Ansaroff, her wife, and also Amanda Nunes and Nina Ansaroff's kid. That was amazing. Their newborn baby in the octagon, just a special moment. And Amanda Nunes, she deserves it. There's no better person to have a moment like that. Transitioning now from a great moment to a not so great moment in the first title fight of the night between Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling for the Bantamweight Championship. Again, it was marred in controversy. If you thought Israel Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz was bad, you haven't seen anything, because Aljamain Sterling ended up winning the title by disqualification after he was hit with an illegal knee by Petr Yan. And this was the first time in UFC history that a title has changed hands via a disqualification. It's just a sad way to go if you're Petr Yan, because he was winning the fight. There was just over 30 seconds remaining in the 4th round. Yan was already in the championship rounds, and he was in the driver's seat. He was putting on the pace on Aljamain Sterling. It was too much for Aljamain Sterling. Obviously, you feel for Aljo. This is not how he wanted to win the title. Even when he was given the title, given the belt, he threw it on the canvas, and I don't blame him. This is not what he wanted. Aljo even took to Twitter saying how upset he was. Now he was hit with an illegal knee. On the other end, Yan also took to Twitter and said that he didn't mean it. He just made a mistake. Obviously, it was a big mistake. I don't think Yan meant it, even though it was clearly an illegal blow to the head. But there's only one resolution for this, and it's a rematch between the two. I think Aljamain Sterling wants the rematch. He said it in the post-fight interview. He even said it on Twitter that he wants to run it back. And that's the only way. Because I think for Aljamain Sterling, yes, he won the title, but he's hurt. Obviously, Petr Yan's hurt as well. But Aljamain Sterling, he didn't want it to happen this way. That's not what he wanted. So have these two match up again. I think that's the only option. Don't give me TJ Dillashaw. Corey Sandhagen, yes, he is deserving of fighting the winner, but he has to wait. So I would say match up Dillashaw, Sandhagen, and then the winner of that will fight the winner of the rematch between Aljamain Sterling and Petr Yan. That's the only way the bantamweight division can be solved. Other than that, you just have to wait. Right now, though, Aljamain Sterling, you feel for the guy because he trained so hard and he was losing the fight. And that's how he won his championship. But again, congratulations to him. In a way, he does deserve it because he was not expecting to be hit like that. Petr Yan should have known better. All in all, folks, this was a fantastic card. Obviously, the main event, extremely stacked. Thiago Santos fell to Alexander Rakic in the opening bout of the pay-per-view card. And then the fight before the Aljamain Sterling Petr Yan fight, Islam Makhachev, he won via a 3rd round submission over Drew Dober. Islam Makhachev is looking like the next coming of Khabib Nurmagomedov, and it's only right. They are best friends. Khabib was in his corner, and Khabib is saying that Islam will take over the lightweight division, and he just may be right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the UFC 259 recap show. Make sure you check out all of TWSN's videos on YouTube, as well as downloading the TWSN mobile app. Take care, everyone.